Hello and welcome to Comic Solving Problems. I'm Stephen Allen.
And I'm Eric McElroy. Indeed, very much a welcome to everyone out there. Welcome to the show that takes problems, solves them, but badly, so that we have to come back to fix them again. And it means, Steve, that the show can go on forever. We will never be canceled, especially since no one's ever commissioned us to do this. But still, the point remains the same. We are here, and we are here to solve your problems, and we are here to talk about the news of the day. So thank you for joining us. If you want to get involved in the chat, you can do that on the YouTube channel there. That is the place to be watching us, and the chat is there. We'll be checking in with you as we go through the show and solve a few problems. Make sure, as you are watching there, go ahead and like it, because that always makes us feel good. Because we cannot hear the sound of your laughter, but we can hear the up of your thumb. Is that a sound?
The up of your thumb. Up yours as well.
The up of your thumb. So yes, if you'd like to give us an up yours, please like the show. And at various points, if you think, wow, these two guys who haven't been able to really do any live gigs in front of a live audience for a year, we like and appreciate what they do. Back in the olden times, we would have bought tickets to a show they were in before we'd even seen them. Heck, they're giving us this stuff for free now. We might even buy them a coffee. You can do that. I know it's a big ask, but if you can. Otherwise, if you subscribe to the channel, that's always appreciated as well. But otherwise, get into the chat, get into the show, and have a rancorous, wild, up yours kind of time.
Not sure what most of those meant, but are we allowed to say that?
I think we could say what we want, really, because it's freedom. God damn it. But anyway, Steve, you get the honor of the first problem to solve tonight, Steve. What have you got for us?
I have a solution to the problem of the coronavirus.
Oh. Well, it's about time.
Yep. Because I am proud to announce that I got me some of that there vaccine.
Woo! Well done.
Got my first jab, got my vaccination going on. Now I know a lot of people are like, oh, you shouldn't have the vaccine because it's Bill Gates and he's putting a microchip in front of you and that means he's going to control you. So to all of those bizarre people who think that it's some sort of conspiracy, I'm here to prove you wrong. I'm not being controlled by Bill Gates. Although it is really weird that if I press it, it goes... It's a strange one. But I'm here to say I'm not being controlled by our master. I mean, Bill Gates. That's a bit weird. But anyway, so the first thing I wanted to talk about tonight on the show is why the Edge browser is so much better than Google Chrome. And he's in my head. Get him out, Eric. How did he do it? So, look, I've been and got the jab queued up, and what I liked about it is I arrived at the place, massive queue, thought to myself, oh, God, and then realised it's a massive queue because everyone's 2 meters apart. So there's barely anyone there. I mean, these days, if you launched a Harry Potter book, the queue would shut down a city. So it's got that kind of vibe going to it. It's going all right. I got the old arm ache. We've talked about this before, that I did think about saying to them, can I have it injected in the buttock? Because I use my arms more than I use my buttocks.
Yep.
But apparently, no.
Oh.
And also, apparently, would you put your trousers back on, sir? So. And that is why I got banned from that Tesco's.
There it is. That's the Steve I know.
Yeah, we're back. We're back, baby. I'm a little bit miffed about the fact that I've got this here vaccine, though, for some reasons. And one of them is, I think I might have peaked too soon. Because if you wait until not enough people have been having the vaccine, it looks like some incentives start to be rolled out. In America, they've got a couple of schemes. One is to offer free beer. It's in New York, I think, that you can get a pint with your vaccine. If they start doing that over here, I hope they do back payments. I'm going to turn up with my little card guy. I think you'll find I'm owed like a loyalty card. Or I've got one of these shots, so here's my pint. Also, I did like one of the other schemes in America is there's a lottery where you can win £1 million. Yeah. And to enter the lottery, you have to have your vaccine because that's for people who like gambling. You know, if you're really that much into gambling, you're probably not going to take a vaccine. You're probably just going to lick things and see how nature intended you to die. But so I'm a bit miffed about that. But also, I am doing better than some people. I'm feeling pretty good about myself that I'm not like this woman in Italy who ended up getting 6 doses of the Pfizer vaccine.
What?
She got 6 doses. Now, I should say, it's because she was given one shot that was 6 times as big as it should be. She didn't just walk back in the room and forgot what she'd gone in there for, or she didn't end up doing like I do in supermarkets when they're offering out free samples of cheese. Just go back round again in a different coat. The coats that are reversible, those little raincoats, magic. It's the closest thing to invisibility you'll ever get. So the nurse gave her 6 times the amount injection, and apparently it says here that she's in good condition and receiving fluids. She'd be receiving a ton of fluids if she'd get a free pint with each one. She could get around in. This woman's looking forward to it. So yeah, she is apparently doing well. Any nearby coronavirus is shitting itself because we may have created a monster. This is Bruce Banner territory. Don't get her angry because she will fight off viruses when she's angry. Also, in the same news article about what's happening in Italy, it said, meanwhile, Italy recently hit its targets of administering 500,000 jabs in one single day. Yeah, it's easy to do that if you're treating one woman like her arm as a bukkake target. You're pumping her full of it. Ridiculous.
Not.
Did you not? You didn't need that, did you? We're talking about vaccines, and somehow I managed to drop the B-bomb. But, however, it's been interesting to do with people trying to get their vaccine. I was on radio this week and mentioned that I've had a vaccine. Genuinely got a letter from an email from someone saying that. Got a letter. I have a letter here. What says? Oh dear, that's an impression you don't do these days. Got an email saying, actually, you shouldn't talk about this on radio because it's a pathogen that has rewritten your DNA. I know it's not. I'm fully aware of what messenger RNA does, but I love the fact that someone goes, you shouldn't talk about this as a radio presenter. I get the feeling that maybe you shouldn't email about it as someone who just reads way too much Facebook. Because some people are keen on getting this, so much so that there were problems with queues trying to get the COVID vaccine at a football ground. Plymouth Argyle launched their 2021-22 season tickets on Monday, sparking confusion as patients arriving for their coronavirus vaccine joined the wrong queue. And you do have to be careful because if you get in the wrong queue, you won't get the life-saving vaccine that could prevent you from getting this fatal disease. But even worse, you could end up with the Plymouth Argyle season ticket. Hey-oh, football jokes!
Sports. Sporty sports. Sports.
I feel like a real man now.
Yeah.
We drink water like that, don't we?
Do you know if they're a good team though? Have you heard of them before?
No idea. It's bizarre. I thought Plymouth was down the bottom and Argyle's in Scotland, so I'm very confused about. Seems like some sort of a jumper. But anyway, so we are coming to the end. I've got the vaccine. It's good that I've got the vaccine. It will give me. I probably didn't need it, and there's a genuine side. It's been a difficult week for me because obviously what took a second and didn't hurt and I don't need because I got the antibodies anyway and I had COVID last year and it didn't bother me. If someone could have pulled the finger out their arse and invented it quicker, that half a second of being injected could have saved my dad. So it's been a very difficult week for me on that side of it. Yeah. However, that's not what we're here for. We're here for silly jokes about the news, which is good because I was talking about now that I've got the vaccine, people are going to start hugging. We did a video on that last time. It's posted on TikTok and got a response from someone saying that they're heading out to the nearest fancy dress store to buy a cactus outfit. They're going to start carrying poplar. Brilliant idea. Little side plug. Monday morning on BBC Radio Nottingham, I'm going to be a guest on there talking to people about how you can avoid being hugged.
Good.
I knew that my expertise would come in somewhere. So as much as it was a joke on Tuesday's show, actually spreading the word on how you can turn sideways, barge, get rid of them. You're going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, it's ironic that the introvert in you is actually now making you go out there and talk about hugging more.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to do it so much. You'd be, you know who we should get to talk about this? The guy who doesn't like other people.
Yeah. But thankfully, I'll be doing it from this microphone, wearing my pajamas. So another thing that's ending, so the hugging ban's ending, we also could be seeing the end of wearing masks, face masks to be ditched in shops and offices. And that is worth paying attention to, that it's not as if they're going to ban masks. You can still wear masks. Like, masks won't be illegal, you just won't be forced to wear them. Like, if you're a welder, don't worry, it's not going to be like a terrible day at work for you. In the story, it said, the current thinking points to social distancing going and mask wearing in only limited settings like buses, trains, and the tubes. Yeah, I think going forwards, public transport will be where I wear a mask even when there's not a whiff of a disease around. It was so good to be able to cover your face when people are all smelly. I will miss the mask thing, as we learned on Tuesday's show. I often wear a Bane from Batman mask.
Yeah.
Just so that I can sit around and there it is. Theatricality and deception are powerful agents to the uninitiated. But we are initiated, aren't we, Bruce? Ra's al Ghul pulled down my pants in the League of Shadows hazing, but it was still less embarrassing than what I did at university with David Cameron. So, ruining films, one at a time. Ruining films. But what I thought we'd do is go through some of the coverage of the masks that we've done.
Oh, nice little look back.
Yeah, little look back. Now we're waving farewell to the masks, and it starts right back in episode 1. Little clips of different. While you're watching this, enjoy how our faces have changed over the last year and a bit. So, episode 1, we talked about how you could make a mask, an impromptu one, if you didn't have an official one with you. I'm presuming, like me, you have manly thighs, so you've really stretched out these bad boys through the year, and then you can actually just go. All the way down like this. Get the eyes out. And I'm sorry, but is that not the perfect flipping mask?
Yep.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
But
It covers the nose, it covers the mouth, and if you're a smoker, just go through the piss flap and you can have a little smoke in there. Wow. I mean, look at the quality of webcams we were on back then.
oh, those were the days. I mean, that was like the wild west of the lockdowns, wasn't it? I mean, because that was before I got my fancy webcam, because everyone in the country had suddenly gone, fuck, we need a webcam, and they were sold out everywhere. And I also think people were nervous about ordering something fresh from China, rightly or wrongly. Should we open that box?
And I was on my laptop webcam with just like the worst lighting. But anyway, we ploughed on. Also, do you remember this? We talked about some of the downsides of people wearing masks. Well, there it is. Because it'll be in the summer, because it's after the 15th of June. Sunglasses. And if you're a balding gentleman like myself, or a celebrity, let's pretend I'm doing this because I'm famous. Often you wear the thing. Look at this.
Oh, my God.
Well done, police, spending all of that money on facial recognition technology, because this is what you got to be faced with on public transport. I think I lost those glasses. Oh, takes me back.
But do you still have that hat?
It's definitely still got the hat. Definitely.
I've never been a fan of that hat, to be honest with you.
It's a distressed look. That's what I go for. We also talked about how when Boris brought in the rule that we might be wearing masks, I was saying it might not have been done soon enough. Remember this? I think it's too little too late. Not only should we have been wearing masks at the start, but we're now, and I think we covered this on the show, getting on for 2 months since we heard the news that Victoria's Secret were going to close some stores.
Yeah, okay.
And I can't help but think, if we were allowed in their shops wearing one of these without anyone looking at you funny, we would have gone in and bought more stuff. And you'd still be approached by the lovely person who works there, and they'd say, what you here for, sir? Here to buy some lingerie. Oh, and do you have any idea about what size the lady is? Yeah, she's about my size. And what we learned from that is that back then, so over a year ago, we were also slightly out of sync. Not only did I have a big beard, and that's why, like a few weeks ago, we had a problem with you being in sync. We should have just got you wearing a mask, because that turns out you never have to worry about the audio.
Wait, hold on. I could just wear this.
Yep.
Because then I'd be like, cancel culture as well. It would be a statement, and that would really get us that angry viewers that we need so much of. Like, look, I've been canceled by America.
That's a really good. That's a good screenshot. What should I be doing on this side of the screen for that to be a good screenshot? Telling you off.
Bane. You could be Bane.
Oh, nuts. Hang on. Yes.
If I wear it like a... There we go. There you go. Freedom.
There we go.
Prevails.
Screenshot. Right. We also noted. I'm flipping. No, I'm Bane. I have to set up this clip. Like Bane. We were talking about how some masks weren't manly. Men don't wear. This is the one. Men are less likely to wear masks. I've set up an Amazon page. If you'd like to buy some of the masks that I have available, I have these. That face mask makes you look like Sub-Zero from the computer game Mortal Kombat Parts 1 and 2. And you'll know about this, Eric, to make trucks look more manly in America, there's a thing called truck nuts.
Yep, that's true.
It's like a moulding of a scrotum that you hang off the back of the car. Pop it on the mask. Face mask nuts. Yes, it makes you look a bit like a turkey, but you know what? You're a manly turkey. But I was thinking, what could be the manliest thing to have on a mask? What would be the most manly thing for your face ever? So for the same price, you can buy Steve's beard face mask. You can look as manly as Steve's beard by mimicking the same look on your double-bagged face mask.
Nice.
That was, it's quite a bit of facial hair.
Did you ever combine the face beard with the nutsack? That would have been a nice look.
It would, I should have gone with that. But I remember making that, doing a little bit of photoshopping, making a picture of my own beard, and making a picture of my own scrotum. But we never talked about that. Where else do you think I get these things from? Very difficult angle. Very difficult.
Fair enough.
Shave a scrotum, but not my face. Go figure.
I value what you value.
Yeah. Well, we've got some more clips, but I don't want us to run out of time. Are we all right? We can save some of these to the end, see how much time we've got.
Yeah, we've got some extra time. Don't have the time problem.
Shall I plow on and do it in this section to get all the clips wrapped up?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, flip it. So some more of the clips. This one, we were talking about one of the benefits of additional mask wearing. Page of the Telegraph, I think it was. Next up, masks in offices. So what? If it saves lives, just put a flipping mask on. There are many benefits. If you are wearing a mask in an office, that means you can sit there in a meeting and not have to stifle yawns anymore. I've spent so long in meetings just trying to do that face where you're trying to hold it in. People can tell. So enjoy it. COVID means you can get away with yawning in meetings. Well, I say get away with yawning in meetings. Maybe don't do it like this.
Okay, moving on to item 19 on today's agenda. And I think Are you okay there, Steve? What? Did you see my lips move? No. Then whatever you heard must have been coming from outside.
Acting again. Do you remember that? We were doing acting in the rooms.
It was a whole different. That was like it's been like a decade of doing this.
Yeah.
It's felt like it if you've been watching the whole time.
And the last one I'll do from here, there are 3 more clips, so I'll just play the last one. I only wanted to get this one because of all the facial hair things. This was on my Mexican day. Remember this? There's this rule as well. Do not touch your face coverings. Now, I think what they should have said is, don't touch your face coverings when you've put it on. Because otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. Trying to put your face covering on without touching it is the kind of thing that's going to turn into some sort of stupid lad's drunken thing to do on a night out. A bit like this.
Yeah.
All right, lads, what we do for this one, right? You get your face mask, but you can't touch it. You've got to get it on your face. Last one to do it buys around. Right, here we go. Ready? Go. Oh, hang on. Nearly got it. Nearly got it. Nearly. Yeah. Hey? If my pants are on my head, then...
Goodbye, masks. You were so much fun.
I'm going to keep wearing mine. Just around my children. Because they're filthy. So dirty.
What, the children?
Yeah, and the masks. Especially the ones that the children wear. Whoa. So gross. I'll be out with my son. I'll be like, have you got a mask? it's like you in that last segment. Just where did that come from?
Found it.
Don't know.
It's good for his immune system.
Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, with the vaccine thing, the other, did you see the guy who stole vaccine from a pharmacy in America? Did you see this clip? Basically, because he went in, he's a vaccine denier, wanted to prove that the vaccine is actually, that got the chips in there, all that kind of stuff. So he asked this poor pharmacist, can I see the injection you're going to give me? And then he snatched the vial and ran out of the pharmacy with it. Like, what are you going to do? And she's like, sir, can you stop? Sir, can you just stop, sir? That's not, sir. Well, you were going to give it to me anyway. I'm going to take it. And he gets out in the car. He's like, I got it. I'm taking it to the lab. And we've never seen him again.
All right. I thought it was going to be like just empty syringe. She was like, I've not even drawn the thing out yet.
Probably. He wouldn't have known the difference. Jesus.
Yep. So some shout outs. Shall I do the comments?
Yes. Yeah, it's fine.
Jack says, evening all, Mark, evening all, Tom's here, Tracy's here, Keith's here. Hi guys from Keith in Wales. So none of your usual offensive jokes that you do, Eric. I'm a 32th offender.
Keep it in.
Britt says, don't worry that you missed out on your free beer. You can get free biscuits if you give blood. Am I allowed to give blood now that I've had my DNA changed by a pathogen?
Yeah, I think you can just uncork it. Just let it go.
Just go for it. Jack says, Bukkake, I've never been a fan of Japanese dance drama from the early Edo period. You know more about Japanese dance than I do. Sadly, I've never Googled past Bukkake. Which comes first, says Chris. I'm not sure if we're still talking about Bukkake.
Definitely taking a shot, no matter what.
Keith says, last Plymouth Argyle match I was taken to was 1959, so I was told. Mark says, to be fair, I'm happy to continue social distancing from sun readers. And then Mark says, clip 3, Steve, the beard. I like the fact that my facial hair was telling you the kind of emotional breakdown I was going through. So you got to see it. You physically measure it.
Yeah.
Good times.
And the different lengths of hair that I had at different phases as well of the lockdown as we progressed. When I got that one buzz cut from the lady who was meant to come around the garden and cut our hair, and then wouldn't wear a mask, and I was convinced I was going to die for the next 2 weeks after she visited.
Well, you made it through.
Made it.
Britt makes an interesting point, but I almost feel like I should read this in the newsreader voice from the MASH report.
Oh, please.
Huge amount of people. There we go. Huge amount of people suffer with tactical defensiveness. They will struggle when cuddlers, I'm not sure the V. They will struggle when cuddlers are let loose, zombie apocalypse style. These people have been advised to carry I need my safe space cards.
Nice.
Totally agree. How are we going to deal with the fact that people are just going to become, I've not had a hug for 2 years. In a little cross.
Yep. Well, if you keep the masks on, or if you wear your pants on your head, that could help.
Good plan. Charlotte Armstrong, evening all, a little late, ready now with cocktail in hand. Oh, nice. Treating yourself. I could do. What I've got is water. I've been living that dream.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just drinking patriotism.
Now, what? You should have that next to your mouth flag. Did you do that in the picture?
With both?
Yeah.
Well, I've gone blurry now. That's the conspiracy. There we go. I don't know what I'm conveying at this stage.
But these are all great shots for our publicity. Britt says, pants on face, socks in pocket. Where do you put your bra? Up me bum. I felt like that was quite a northern response.
That is definitely a northern response.
Yeah, I think we're roughly up to date with the comments.
We're roughly up to date with the comments. Cool. So we're going to crack on. We've got one more problem to go. Thank you for those people who've bought us a Ko-fi during that. Mark, I saw a Ko-fi come through. Thank you very much. And earlier, before the show even started, which we love, I think it was Aurora. It doesn't say the name here, so I don't know if they want to be anonymous. But it was someone who bought us a coffee before we started. So you can do that at any point. If you don't, if you were like, oh, I just want to be able to enjoy the show and have the satisfaction, just do it beforehand. Otherwise, you could like what we're doing as well and make sure you subscribe to the channel and just tell people about it and all those good things. Right. You ready, Steve?
Yep.
This is a problem of the Secret Service. Pretty scary stuff. A lot going on there. And it all starts with this book, which we can see here, was featured in the Washington Post. The new book portrays a Secret Service riven by scandal and growing pains. I do not get to say riven enough in my life, let me tell you. This new book is called Zero Fail. It's The Rise and Fall of the Secret Service by Washington Post reporter Carol Linig. Guess that's how she says her name. She's not here to argue with me, so... It's full of weird and wonderful facts about things that have possibly happened to the Secret Service. So I thought, you know what? It'd be fun to do something that also, this is kind of our look back show. We've been featuring all the masks we talked about. Let's do something we haven't done in a long time, and let's have a quiz. Steve, roll it.
I'm ready.
It's ready. You can get ready in the chat. We'll see how you're doing as well. We've got 4 questions, and if you guys are good, we'll do a bonus question as well. And the prize is you get to give us more money.
And if I'm the contestant, we used to do this in the early days as well. I get to be a quiz contestant.
Yep.
Oh, it's just nice to be here. I've had a great day so far, and I don't mind if I leave empty-handed, but I don't want to.
Yep. And I go, what? I couldn't understand a word you said, mate. Speak English.
But I've had a great day, and it's been ever so great, and it's been great times. So yeah, let's go for it double.
Here we go. This is it. You can double your chances if you win a vaccine. How's that? I got one from the local pharmacy when I was visiting my family in America. All right, here we go.
I got a soluble vaccine, if you want one of them.
You want to tell us which one did you get? You want to tell us which vaccine you got, Steve?
Oh, yeah, I genuinely got the Pfizer one because
bitch.
I am so young. Well, half of that sentence is genuine. But I was just going to be hanging around with the young people going, oh, did you get the Pfizer? Yeah, I got the Pfizer because we were like, the Pfizer one is like totes lit.
Yeah.
Did you get me?
Strange that you got that one because you are a bit of a clot. Anyway.
You're an ass.
Sassy.
AstraZeneca. That's what you are.
Just like me and Angela Merkel. We're so close.
So
Here
if you're so close, then she's an acute Angela Merkel. Maths jokes.
Show is going off the rails. All right, here we go. It's quiz time.
Quiz
Secret
time.
Service quiz. Quiz time. Here we go. First question. Which president said they want the fat guys off their detail because they didn't think that fat Secret Service agents would be quick enough to run down the street? Was it
Oh, yeah.
Hillary Clinton, President Hillary Clinton, which obviously I know is not true because but I just like saying it. Just remembering an alternative universe where that had happened. Or was it President Trump? Or was it President Lincoln? What do you think, Steve?
Oh, President Lincoln didn't want fat Secret Service. Maybe he should have done because they would have been not down near the concession stand in the theatre.
Yep.
Too soon?
Too soon.
I think surely it's got to be Trump because that's where the irony would live.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want these fat people, and he's just looking at himself in a mirror.
Yep. Is that your final answer, Steve?
Trump. Is it Trump?
That's correct. Well done. Do you like that? I got sound effects. Here we go. It's what's nice about these sound effects is it's a sound machine. I forgot that my son has this. So, are you guys enjoying the quiz so far? Are you enjoying it? Everybody's enjoying
I'm
it.
frying chips.
It's a little bit long. Okay, here we go. So you got one question right. Looking in the chat, everybody said Trump. Mark said maths joke. I don't know what that's. There's no
An
math
acute
jokes.
Angela Merkel.
I forgot. Is that maths? Isn't
Yeah.
that geometry?
Trigonometry. Is that maths? Isn't it geometry? Yeah.
It's not maths, it's geometry. Question number 2. Which of the Trump family was allegedly fooling around with their Secret Service protection? Was it the president's daughter, Tiffany Trump? Or was it Don Jr.'s wife, Vanessa Trump?
Ooh. So Melania's not on that list because I would have swore down that would have been the only way she stayed in that house.
Yep.
So
Jared's
I'm gonna,
a hottie. Jared just, ooh. with that waxen skin, he just literally melts between her legs. Literally, because he's made of wax.
This is very much House of Cards again, isn't it? As we used to tap. Why, as we used to say in Gaffney, if you might as well bang the Secret Service before they're going to stop you being banged by something worse. It's going to be Tiffany. Chris Hood's gone Tiffany.
Tiffany? Afraid you are incorrect. It's both of them, because they both have Trump in their names. So of course they're going to try and bang anything that isn't knocked down, nailed down, knocked down. They'll knock it down and nail it down. But it's not surprising that they chose to do that they slept with them. I mean, if you're introduced to a sexy guard as your protection, you're going to be thinking, hey, I'm not going to get an STI from him because he's his own protection.
It's a very good joke.
It's human condoms.
I'd be his Whitney Houston. Bring it.
All right. Jack got it right. Both. Well done, Jack. Britt, all of them, obs. Okay, question number 3.
Yep.
During the 9/11 attack, agents rushed Vice President Cheney to a secure room, but couldn't get in because no one had the keys. True or false?
That does sound very secure.
Mm-hmm.
I think I watched that film with when Batman was playing Cheney.
Batman was playing Cheney.
Yeah.
Did he have the mask on? The Bane mask?
Yeah, doing the
Cheney's
Batman
scarier
list.
than Bane ever was.
I'm going to go with true, although I don't remember it in the film.
That is correct, although it wouldn't have mattered because of Cheney's tin heart and lack of soul. He really didn't need to be protected. He would have survived any assault put forward to him. All right, this is the last question officially as part of the quiz. But maybe there's a bonus question, so it's really not the last question. Question number 4. A disoriented man was allowed to wander in a secure area steps away from Michelle Obama. True or false?
Ooh, waiting to see if anyone's getting in on this.
You're going for help on this. You're going for your former friends? Okay.
See what's happening in the comment section. A disoriented man. We see if it was a disoriented man in the White House for the president before and after Obama, I'd be like, yeah, either one of them would fit that bill. Chris just says bugger. Not really sure if that's answering this question or giving greater detail on the one about the affair with the security guard. True.
You are correct. And of course, it was when Donald Trump visited the White House before. No, it actually was when Michelle was at a hotel somewhere and someone got very close to her in a secure area. Notice I didn't say the White House in the question. It was a secure area.
So what she needs is some help from Monday morning on BBC Radio Nottingham, where Stephen Allen presents how to make sure you don't get people too close to you.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Although Michelle Obama, she can handle herself. Right. Is this the bonus question? No, I forgot. We've got another question and then a bonus question. Here we go. Question number 5. Donald Trump wanted the speed security bumps into the White House removed because the car jiggled when they went over them. True or false?
Now, as a man who sometimes carries a little extra weight and has known the moob, I reckon sometimes you do feel like the bounce, the ba-dum-dum.
And then just slap you in the face.
There you go, Britt. That answers your question about where the bra goes. I would say true. He probably didn't want any more junk in his trunk.
I am afraid you're correct once again. Well done. But it wasn't Donald Trump who made the request. It's because when the car went over the bumps, Trump's jiggling made the car bounce more, and it was damaging the bumps. So it was actually a security concern. But
drive it in the low rider.
Here we go. Final question. They swapped out all of Trump's security detail and gave Biden fresh protection when he came into office. True or false?
I mean, surely that is what I'd want that anyway. Surely you want fresh protection. You don't want someone who's potentially had an affair with one of the partners of the last lot. As they used to say in Gaffney, better to know your own protection than it is to know something else about something. So I'd say true.
I'm afraid that is false because all of the people who were around Trump were already sick and off with COVID already.
Oh.
But actually, you are correct, Steve. That was true because they were genuinely worried that some of the security detail were pro-Trump and that they might do harm to Biden.
Yep.
So there we go.
No wonder he needs to have that dog with him.
Both dogs. He's got both dogs. There we go. So how'd you do? How were the scores? People checking in? People said false. Pretty much everything was true because it's just mental. But the thing I didn't even get to was the fact that a lot of the security detail, apparently the rule is when you fly off to the different parts of the world, the wedding rings stay at home.
Is that what it is? Because of the metal detectors.
Yeah, that's why. That's definitely why.
Let's have a look. Charlotte says that has to be true about the mood bouncing on the I think that was that one. Mark's got the scores, and we can see Brit is at 4, Charlotte is at 4, Chris C at 2, Chris H at 3, Jack at 5, Mark at 3, Steve at 4. It's official, Jack wins.
Woo!
And that's quite palindromic because Jack wins, and what do you win? Jack.
Hopefully you can hear that. It's got all kinds of sound effects here, but we'll play with that. We'll save that for another day. But well done, Jack. Well done, everyone. And well done, America.
Jack says, I haven't done so well in a group activity since the last time I did kabuki. Is that like bukkake? But,
Proud to be an American.
There he goes. Here he goes.
Just love it so much. So there we go. We had masks. We had quizzes.
I think we're going out of sync.
But
It's been I think slightly different format for tonight's one, but yeah,
we got there in the end. We hopefully it looks like so Chris is laughing, which is good in there. So thank you very much for those, whichever comes first. And the Ko-fi link is there as well if you do want to chuck us some, because we're gonna have to, we know masks. We're gonna be back in lockdown soon with all the different variants. So we're gonna, Steve's already burned all of his masks except for that last one, so he's gonna have to buy some more. So, and I've got to get more British mugs because pretty soon Scotland's gonna leave and it's gonna be a different flag altogether. So
nice. Well,
there we go. So yeah, I think we've nearly reached the end. Steve?
Jack's explained kabuki is the traditional dance theatre. Bukkake is something different. Which just goes to show a simple slip of the pronunciation. And I ordered the wrong tickets. I won't tell you what I thought I was going to get tickets to, but I ended up seeing Plymouth Argyle. Sports joke! Sports! Can't be bothered to find it.
Nah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think we've nearly reached the end of our time. And so we'll be back next Tuesday.
I think of it. Or next Tuesday or next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Whichever comes first. In the meantime, Steve, you got anything to plug?
Yeah, Monday morning. I'm still doing Time FM Drive Time tomorrow from 4. It's just dicking around doing jokes on the news and playing songs. Lovely. Then Monday morning, I'm only a guest on BBC Radio Nottingham, but I'm there to talk about how people who want to hug can just back off, all right? That'll be the angle that I take on that. And I think that's about all I've got to plug.
Yeah. Well, the podcast is back. My podcast is back, American Exchange. We've got new episodes out. So the latest one is with TikToker, which I know our audience is really into the TikTok scene, Abby Richards, who does something called the Conspiracy Chart, where she hilariously, annoyingly breaks down conspiracy theories. But she's really up on her conspiracy theories, so it's well worth a good listen. And yeah, check that out on the podcasty places.
Britt says, don't burn your bras, guys. In case that badonkadonk belly comes back in lockdown 8. Never left. We just, he's lost weight and I've just worked out where to point the camera.
Yeah. Amazing. All I just needed to do was get my hair cut and the weight just came off.
Oh.
So we still have... we need to do the Bane mask on you and my hair that was floating around. If we could do both.
I've deleted the hair now. That's not...
deleted my hair?
Yeah. Sorry. But we can always have the Bane mask if we can find the thing. I mean, it's got the word Bane next to it. You think I'd be able to find it quicker than this?
No pressure. There's no pressure. We're only live. on the YouTube, and Bearberg's just arrived. So
Then you are late. I have no idea if that really sounds like Bane. It's as close as I can get. I tried. Steve, when are you in Lincoln? Is this another joke about your presidents? That's taking it too far.
And why only Steve? I'm not in America, Chris. Fuck, Jesus. Favoritism for the stand-ups here. I gig around the country as well, you know.
I had a gig booked in Basingstoke that someone got in touch with and said, like, am I gigging there? And it's just been cancelled today. So, sorry about that. That's going to happen a lot on the way out of lockdown. And Charlotte says, Friday's Dance Decades. Tomorrow on Time 107.5 after 7 o'clock. The Friday night version, we'll just play some cracking tunes, but the Friday night version, I'm inviting people to bring snacks.
Oh, nice. Some Billy Joel.
Have a little... No.
What?
No. But we will be having a beer, but I'm going to take non-alcoholic beer. But what I might do is just take water like I drink all the time and pretend it's beer, because it is a radio.
No one will know. There you go.
No one will know. And I'll just make that pff noise.
Well,
but
for
I don't
dance,
think
what
I
about
am in
Lady
Lincoln.
Gaga? Any Lady Gaga?
There might be, but I'll try and avoid it if it's requested.
My daughter asked me today. She goes, "Lady Gaga, does she sing?" I was like, "Oh my god!"
Wow. Chris C says no Kenny G either. Sorry, mate. Sorry, Eric. Yeah, I realised I've got extra lighting around here, and this one's not coping with the voltage, and it's flashing. So I'm just going to turn it off.
Right. That's not good. All right, don't. Careful.
That could be worse.
Oh, you look much better in the dark.
Right, let's just... I think now I've got the wrong blue.
What are you doing?
There you go. That's better.
All right.
So
You clearly have-
Eric, Chris says, Eric, we love you too.
It's too late now.
It reminds me of a time I was invited to perform at the gigs that you now own. Do we have time for that story?
So Steve was talking to another promoter, and I was nearby, and the promoter who I run this gig looked at Steve and went, "Oh, Steve, we got to get you down in to do my gig." And since I was standing nearby, he then looked at me and went, "Oh yeah, and you too, Eric."
You now run those.
Yep. And I don't book that son bitch anymore. I do. It's a very nice man. Just good times.
Good times. Well, we've all had those where you stood next to someone who's had a great set and some audience member comes up and goes, "Oh my God, you were great." And then they clock you and go like, But anyway, that's terrible. It happens to us all.
Yep, I would pay for that to happen right now.
Yeah. Well, you've just had the virtual version of it, so that's all right.
Yep, that's nice to know that it can still happen online. And now it's permanently on the internet as well. We love you too. Okay.
It's better than not loving you.
That's true. I appreciate it. All of Chris. That's fine. Don't worry about it. And I will never come to Lincoln.
Although I don't think I've got a Lincoln gig booked in.
I don't know who does gigs in Lincoln. Spiky.
No, it's Ian. What's his name?
Oh, Rob. Is it Rob? We'll
No.
start naming comedy promoters.
Definitely Ian. The comedy company one.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh,
At
yeah.
the home nightclub in Lincoln.
Oh,
And you think nightclub gig, but actually it's a cracking gig. As long as they're not bringing out the food when you're on stage.
because Lincoln is, you're far away, aren't you, Lincoln?
It's the Midlands. It's not...
Oh, right. No, I'm thinking of a different one. There was one that was a nightclub that they ran that was far away that no one would go to. And it was horrific.
Lancaster. Yeah, it was up there.
Lancaster.
That was
Oh,
a
my
terrible
God.
gig.
Oh,
Lordy. You have to drive for 5 hours. You get there and they go like, it's just through the back. You think, brilliant, it's a nice big room. But you were just a million miles away on this stage.
Yeah.
You were nowhere near the audience.
oh my God, it was bad.
And that was my excuse.
And I would love to do it right now.
Yeah, I'd set off right now.
Those are the days.
Good times.
All right, we've done reminiscing. Bearberg has said, "I love comic solving problems. First comedy show I could write jokes for. God knows you need writers."
Oh.
Damn, girl. You better put
Yeah.
some extra money in the Kofi after that. But you're true. It's true.
Yeah, true. Send them whatever you got. And but especially if the punchline is, and that's why I was banned from Tesco, then that would work.
That would be good.
Right, well, I think we're all done. We're all sorted.
I think we've been done. Our cruise have been done for a long time. We'll still be here every Tuesday and Thursday, whichever comes first.
Whichever comes first. Till next time. Bye. Thank you for watching this from Comic Solving Problems.
And if you feel like it, go ahead and like the video.
Or subscribe. Commitment.